in agreement here that Penei Sewell should stay at left tackle, right? That's fair to say, I think.
Yes.
And I think that the majority of the fan base is right there with us based on what I've seen on social media. But O-line coach Hank Fraley said, "I've never seen Decker play right tackle. I just know this. If you ask any of our guys to do whatever, they'll go out and compete wherever they go, but it's not even been brought up." So, Jeff, do you have any concerns that putting Decker at right tackle hasn't even been a discussion yet?
Well, I understand it's a complicated situation because you have an experienced veteran in Taylor Decker who hasn't played right tackle since college at Ohio State. So he's comfortable there. He even said at the press conferences where our guy Corey Woods attends, he said, "My body's too adjusted to the left side." He's 28 years old. He's been in the league 5 years or so. He's so used to starting at the left tackle position, he said it would be difficult for him to make that transition to the right. So with that being said, okay, so the Lions are in a tough predicament here. So they're
not.
No, hold on. Let me finish this. He's 28. Okay, you just messed up my whole point. Now you got me all rattled. All right, let me remind you this. He's 5 seasons with Detroit. He took his play to the next level last year at least. Career low in sacks, career low in penalties. But he's never made a Pro Bowl. At the left tackle, he's a very good left tackle. You say top 10, top 15, whatever you want to say. But Ryan Armani, our guy here at Woodward Sports, is on the Bottom Line show 2 to 4. He stated a very good fact. He said, Taylor Decker has never made a Pro Bowl in that sense, but Frank Ragnow, let's tell a story about Frank Ragnow. All right, coming out of Arkansas, one of the best centers collegiately, and once we draft him, obviously we had Graham Glasnow, put him at center, put Frank Ragnow at guard. Once we moved Frank back to center, he was a good right guard, serviceable, similar to what Penei Sewell could be at right tackle, very good right tackle. Once you made the transition to move Frank Ragnow back to his natural position at center, Pro Bowler, top 3 center in the league. I mean, this guy has been our staple of our offensive line. So think about it like that. When Frank Ragnow made that transition, it was the best thing that ever happened to his career. So why are we forcing Penei Sewell to play a position he's never played, especially when we took him 7th overall, and you expect him, a lot of people expect, this guy has so much potential. He could be all pro, future Hall of Famer, all this stuff. And we're just going to force him to play the right tackle. It doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, I mutually agree. The best thing is really to look for a trade for Taylor Decker. If he's unwilling to move to the right tackle spot, it makes 0 sense to keep him and put Penei at the right side.
This is why the Detroit Lions have sucked for 60 years. It's because of stupidity like this. What more do I have to say? You draft a generational, to quote the Lions front office, a generational type left tackle. Left tackle. You draft him. 7th overall. He fell to you. When it was announced, you were high-fiving, you were slamming the table, screaming, fist-bumping, you were going crazy in the war room. And you move him to right tackle, and okay, let's experiment. I'm okay with that. I don't mind that at all. And you see him in 3 preseason games, and he looks absolutely pitiful. Well, that's not great. We'll keep him out there against San Francisco on the right side. Oh, Taylor Decker gets there, blessing in disguise. And he goes on the left, and he actually plays a very good game. The highest PFF-rated rookie offensive lineman from week 1. And he went against Nick Bosa and a San Francisco edge rush or defensive line that's just very talented. And you're now going to double down and tell me that Taylor Decker is our left tackle, Penei Sewell is our right tackle. Are you kidding me? This is why the Lions have sucked for 60 years, and it's why they'll suck maybe for another 60 years until they get their head out of their butts, honestly. This is ridiculous. You don't draft a generational type left tackle, move him to the right, see him fail at the right, then you move him back to the left because of injury circumstances, see him succeed on the left, and then you're going to push him back to the right when the guy comes back? Make the veteran move. Make the veteran move. He's played right tackle in college. Yes, Taylor Decker is a top 6, top 8 left tackle. That's great. I could care less. My interest is in the rookie who I have committed to for the next 5 years. That if he pans out the way I expect him to, I may have the 2nd or 3rd best left tackle in the NFL in 2-3 years. And I'm going to sacrifice that because I don't want to hurt Taylor Decker's feelings, or I don't want to move him to the right, or I don't want to trade him. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is the stupidity that has cost the Detroit Lions any and every opportunity to win anything significant in the last 6 years. It's just that simple. Brad Holmes, if you believe in him as a talent evaluator, you should be very happy that I'm saying, hey, you can get a first or a second round pick for Taylor Decker if he's not willing to stay on the right side for the next 3 years. All right, cool. I trust your answer should be, okay, I trust Brad Holmes to draft a right tackle in the first, second, third, maybe even a fourth round. Find somebody late that is, solid, at least good. You can find that. Nobody's taking tackles in the top 5, top 10 every single year just to fix their offensive line. Like it's a luxury pick, but it's also a necessity. So Hank Fraley comes out and says, we're committed to Taylor on the left, and we're committed to Penei on the right. Can I just ask why? I just don't get it. You saw him fail miserably in the preseason. Any hope that he would turn out good on the right, he basically eliminated in the first 3 preseason games he played against. But no, Adam, no. We're going to play him at left tackle now for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then when Taylor Decker comes back mid-season and Penei Sewell has now got 6-8 starts under his belt at left tackle, we are suddenly going to move him to the right side. Yep. Sounds like the Detroit Lions to me. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The team is nowhere near competing right now. They need a few years. Why by the time the Lions are going to be contenders, which I think they'll be a very good football team given the way the direction the front office is going. I'm actually happy with it. I may come off as I'm being very mean right now, but I'm being just honest, guys. The team in 3 years should be competing for the NFC North. Taylor Decker's contract ends in 3 years. Why in God's name am I going to jeopardize the number 7 overall pick at left tackle because I don't want to move Taylor Decker to the right side? Why? Why would I do that? Jeff Okudah looks like a bust right now. We're 2 years in. We've seen him play 10 games. Penei Sewell, good luck putting him out there for 10 games at right tackle. You're going to hate the kid by the end of the year. You're going to destroy his confidence, and he's not going to grow. The highest ceiling he can reach is on the left side. We can all agree on that. Penei Sewell's ceiling, the only way it'll ever be reached is by him playing left tackle. And if you want to move him to the right because you just want to act like you're smarter than everybody, go for it. But you're jeopardizing not only his future, but the team's future. This team is 2 years away from being able to compete. And you're telling me it's not worth developing the left tackle you drafted at number 7 overall. It's not worth investing in him on the left side of the offensive line. What are we doing here, Jeff?
You know what makes zero sense to me is the fact that Penei Sewell went through training camp. All right, he practiced at the right tackle position. He already was aware had to learn a new position. Comes into the preseason, plays right tackle for those 3 games or so, struggles, and then comes into the regular season game as the youngest left tackle to ever start, and he plays as well as he did. So that's the biggest hint to the front office, to the team, to the coaching staff. This guy is a natural left tackle. And we're not saying he can't be a good right tackle. That's not what I'm saying. I think he can be a serviceable right tackle. But why would you want serviceable at the 7th overall pick? You want the most out of your player. And you're going to get the most out of him at the left side.
Rock Howard, we disagree a lot. And I don't want to always have to disagree with you. But come on, man. Sewell is good enough to be a good right tackle with time. Bro, with time, Taylor Decker's going to need a new contract. And with time, 2-3 years down the line, where Penei Sewell's probably a good right tackle, what do you prefer? The next 10 years of shoring up your left tackle spot and your blind spot for your quarterback? Or, oh no, it's, Taylor Decker, he can stay on the left, Adam, and everything's going to be okay because we're going to move Penei Sewell to the right. Come on. You drafted a left tackle number 7 overall. It's a good problem to have. You have 2 left tackles that are very good. One more raw, obviously. We only saw 1 game out of him. But the 1 game we saw out of him at left tackle, he performed 100x how he performed in the preseason against inferior opponents on the right side of the ball. Come on. This is not hard. And maybe, there's always the possibility behind the building, inside the war room, inside whatever, room they're meeting in. I'm sure it could be that they're actually agreeing and saying, all right, Taylor's probably going to move to the right. We're not going to jeopardize this kid's future. I don't know. Maybe they're just coming out to say it, just to say it. But I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's the right move. You have Decker for the next, what, 3 to 4 years.
It's going to be 32.
Ideally, you want Sewell for the next 12 to 14.
Yeah.
You're going to start the first, quarter of his career on the right side, then expect him to move back to the left side? This is just stupidity. It's just stupidity.
Especially if Penei Sewell's become what Taylor's become in just pretty much one game. I mean, the guy played well. And Taylor's been in the league, 5 years?
Taylor Decker.
And he's just coming around at 28.
Taylor Decker's a very good left tackle. He's one of the game's top 6. That's a good thing. He's also a veteran, and he can move to the right. Now, for any reason, I'm telling you guys, if I'm Brad Holmes, and I'm sitting there right now, and come week 6, somebody goes down on a contending team and they're like, Brad, I'm going to give you a first-round pick and a 5th. Or, Brad, I'm going to give you a 2nd and a 4th, or a 2nd and a 3rd. I'm probably not going to consider the 2nd. I do want a 1st, but you know what? If Taylor Decker's not willing to go to the right and I'm being offered something I can't pass up on, I'm trading him. I'm not saying you have to trade Taylor Decker. You can move him to the right. I'd be more than happy with that.
But if he's, I don't know if he's willing. If he's not,
well, then he's got to go, because I invested the number 7 overall pick on a left tackle for Penei Sewell to play left freaking tackle. Go play Jeff Okudah at O-line right now if you want to play this game with me. Why don't you just start him at safety? Put him out there with a torn Achilles. Who knows? See how he plays. What are we doing?
We gotta
I don't
address,
like this at all.
Before we go to the next topic, we got to address Jeremy. He said there's a reason Sewell fell to us in the draft. If he was that good, he would have went sooner.
Wow, yeah. You know what? I saw enough for me in the first. You know what? Actually, I'm so glad somebody brought this up. Yeah, he did fall. Let me explain why he fell. Maybe you don't understand how football works, right? So number 1 overall, obviously, was Trevor Lawrence. Number 2, the Jets needed a quarterback. They took a quarterback. Number 3, San Francisco. They traded up to get a quarterback. They went and got their quarterback. Number 4, Kyle Pitts.
Tight end.
Generational type tight end. Cool. Number 5, Cincinnati. What do we need to give Joe Burrow? Me personally, I would have drafted Sewell. I want to protect my franchise quarterback. But they went with Jamar Chase. It kind of worked out week 1. Jalen Waddle, go 6. Adam, why wouldn't Miami protect Tua? Why? Because they need to figure out if Tua's even a quarterback. So they're giving him the weapons he needs so they can evaluate him properly. That's why Sewell fell to you, ding ding.